Let's go.
All right, hey collective. I hope you've been looking good, feeling good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts, having a good time, sharing good energy with good people in good places, doing good things. Let's see. I'm gonna use this oracle. Let's see what's going on. I just want to check the energy more than anything. Let's do an energy check. All right. First things first. Follow the white rabbit. And I wonder what will happen next. Okay. So follow the white rabbit talks about, just curiosity meets opportunity. So taking advantage of an opportunity. In the background here is a clock behind her. And the white rabbit is lucky, the rabbit's foot and stuff like that. But anyway, I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure. Precipice of change. Pause before action. Interesting. Okay, and then 17 is growing up. This feels like a revisit of the one that I just did previously. Okay, so it says wanting to grow in experience, rejection of perpetual youth. So, okay, interesting. Let's get some tarot to clarify that. Actually, I've been really called to use this deck of mine that I made. Follow the white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. I don't know what this is about, but we're not going to use tarot just yet. We're going to go with this deck first. And I have to find a bigger container now because they can't all fit. So, this is really tight too. So I can't be getting anything specific because clearly it's too tight to even get my fingers in there. This is about the white rabbit I'm trying to retrieve. I feel like I was supposed to take those other two, but it is what it is. I'm gonna take 4. Inspired about life and work, discovery phase, Page of Wands. So that's what this is. This is some new aspirations in your business realm, which I could see. I feel like it's been a very creative time right now. I feel like, I definitely very much so feel like all of your ideas and everything are ready to blossom. Like they're ready to explode is what I keep hearing. Ready to explode. I feel like you keep getting new information and things every day. Just pieces and parts of all different types of things that you've been working on. Because I feel like it's a list, right? We've talked about this in previous readings some time ago last year, just about how, you have all these ideas. And initially it was like, okay, focus on these 2 and then go from there. They have absolutely, positively no control over you at all. So this is definitely going with this growing up area. It's maybe some people that you're leaving behind. Who are selfish and miserable, do not become company. And it says they have absolutely, positively no control over you at all. So somehow I knew they were going to be 2 that anyway. Wow. Okay. This card says, I wonder what will happen next. It says their whole life is F-U-C-K-E-D because they misjudged you. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. So you being inspired about life and work and discovery and stuff like that is putting you very much so in this, things are improving. So just the way, maybe the way that you do the tasks, the way that you organize things, like whatever it is, it's moving and grooving is what I'm getting. And there's been a lot of this purple and pink energy too. And so I feel like you're gonna have like this, I don't know, it's like this new age kind of energy, but it's like an old nostalgic familiar thing, but it brings a new age feeling to something that's also got this nostalgic portion to it. Oh, excuse me. So if you had like time right now for like huge endeavors, you know, the one that I talked about previously was the flagship Toys R Us stores opening, which was on my list. It was on my list. That was on my list. That was on my whiteboard, yo. I'm being honest. So it was a little like, it was a little intimidating and frustrating, like all these other feelings at the same time. So I get it. So I feel like that's how things are improving. Like, okay, all of these ideas that you've not expressed outwardly that you've had, alongside all of these other really great things, you're actually watching all your pieces to your puzzles to come together now. You have completely changed the trajectory of your entire life. See? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, because I had some heavy downloads, and I was just gonna put it on the community board just so people could read it, because I feel like a lot of people will read it and come back to it and stuff like that, versus come back into another reading. Hold on, I gotta go get the other phone, because I sent it to myself in the notes, because it's very lengthy. But it's just more so kind of like tapping into these contracts and how these contracts work, because some of us are on dual contracts. Some of us have a contract where we're like in a shaman. Anyway, let me just read the notes. Let me not get ahead of it. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, this is more so a contract negotiation and or options, like within your contracts, right? So if you are kind of getting past, okay, that's for something else. Okay, so if you've accepted that like a past person is not for you, be it because you let them come back in and you had to come to terms with that, or you figured it out and you just kind of, you know, bid them goodbye a long time ago, whatever way, shape, or form. You're in the beginning phase of this because you've got to do the detaching. However, there's another group of individuals who have been manifesting something for around the last 6 to 9 months. I say 9 more strongly because in that 9th month, that's usually how long it takes to birth, you know, a new person, a new human, a new being, a new life, a new life. And then at the same time, we also speak of the rebirths, the death and rebirths that we have in these transformations, where we grow and learn and, you know, transform ourselves into these higher arcanas in the tarot cards, right? Anyway. So, retrograde starts on April 1st. Now, for those who are on a dual mission and purpose, this one's definitely for you. Okay, just a minute, baby. So that means that the people who are shaman leaders or healers, who are on a shamanic leadership or healer journey, along with, like, alongside, in addition to, go ahead, yes. In addition to being
That's really nice.
On an accepted soulmate or twin flame journey. Sydney. If you haven't received your manifestation, but know you've completed all the work that you've been instructed to do by the divine, between now and the end of the month, because retrograde starts on April 1st, so between now and the end of the month of March, you're being asked to basically make some decisions. So if a part of your second mission, so outside of the shamanic leadership healing journey, or yeah, whatever, if outside of that journey you have a twin flame one or soulmate one, and or a business partnership or something that's with a soulmate, because you can have those things occur. You can be in business with soulmates and twin flames, because those are the kind of like alternatives when you have these, in order to be able to keep the bond but respect other relationships that someone else may have wanted to keep. Like, what if someone knew their twin flame and it also made like their high level soulmate? They would want to keep what they would want to, right? Anyway. Or let's say somebody was with their high level soulmate and ran into their twin flame and they wanted to keep their soulmate as their, you know, their business partner. They had to. But anyway, or maybe they're not able to do that anymore. That could also be the circumstance here. Because I equate a lot of these marriages in the readings, a lot of times it's to your business and yourself and with spirit as well. What is that, baby? Is there stuff?
I can't open it to the
Oh, okay, bring it here. Well, where's the scissors? You saw them earlier, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So between now and the end of the month, you're being asked to make a decision about eliminating this contract, right? Because it involves the free will of another person. And if they haven't completed their part, your mission still has to move forward. Your journey, your, you know, what you're supposed to be doing still has to move forward. Now this applies specifically to contracts and opportunities that were initiated and signed in the ethers within the last 9 months to a year. No more than a year, but more than likely it started in the last 9 months. Like I said, the amount of time it takes to give birth. So you're now free to use this window between the astrological new year, which was March, could have been March 18th, 19th, or 20th, depending on who you're asking. But anyway, from now till the end of March, Sydney, you're now free to use this window between the astrological new year, but before the retrograde, to cancel and or end the current incomplete contract so that you can establish a new one, a fresh start in a new year. So if you're wanting to establish a new, you know, soulmate contract or something like that, like because you've realized it, this is when you do that. If your person hasn't come forward, this is when you do that. You start to change that trajectory. Like I was saying, the trajectory has been changed. So, because your mission and your ascension doesn't stop because others have failed theirs, because that's essentially what happens when the person doesn't come forward to do their part of the mission, whether it be in business or a romantic relationship, when they just don't, when they fall short like that and they don't make the required, see, it's a contract too. When they don't make the required moves or decisions regarding the other person in the contract, that's when they mess themselves up. You cannot, those are, I mean, it's just like if you had a child, you would have a contract, you would have a soul contract with your child. No, that's okay, baby, take it. It's hair stuff. I'll do your hair tomorrow or later tonight. You have a contract. These contracts are binding, you know, especially if they're in the ethers, because they bring you so many different things in the 3D. But anyway, so your mission doesn't stop because the other person has failed theirs. Okay, this is where the transference of abundance takes place as well. You have to remove that connection in order to receive it. Otherwise, that person's participation, 1313 on the clock, is required for you to receive that. Okay, makes sense? Okay, so you have to remove that connection in order to receive it. It's not attached to the other party. It only increases for the other person to further establish their capability and solidify their stability as a counterpart. That was 1331 o'clock. Yes? Now, as you probably already know, so right now it's like, okay, you're holding on to this current phase, cycle, ending, whatever it is, partnership, business, job, you know, whatever it is, hairstylist, whatever it is. Once you open it up, that's when your hands are open to receive a new hairstylist or nail technician or, you know, whatever it is. Because I don't want to give anybody too many things to think about either. That could not be a part of their journey. I want it to be very homogenous. But anyway. So once your hand is reopened to receive, that's when the floodgates actually open. But you do have to remove that energetic connection and agree to canceling that contract in order to then pick a new counterpart and move forward and all the rest of that. Because that's when you manifest it, is between now and the end of the month. Okay. Now, Don't forget, each time you have to let go, you've constantly been given a bigger and more valuable opportunity as well. But this time, because the work is already done, you actually move into a hand-picking phase. So you're actually going to be able to hand-pick. You're going to if you think you manifested this last situation, this one is going to be complete manifestation in the realm of this person is going to show up. You are not going to meet in the ethers first. This person will show up. Okay? Okay. So give me a second. So, let's see. Yeah, your work is done. And you'll know that this work is done because you've been through different things, which I'll get into in a second. But you're being spiritually led to move around and explore all of the opportunities and possibilities that are being presented. Your only responsibility is to maintain your vibration and choose what makes you happy. Okay, so this is a real exploration energy. So I would just say, like, be cautious of making sure that people are invested. That's the only thing. 15:55 was on the clock. Just be sure that people are invested. But I don't think that's really an issue, with the exception for the people who are at the beginning of this, because it's very easy to kind of meet the same person in a different body, or, you know, all that good stuff. But anyway, it's because those are the people who are at the beginning of this, where they're just starting that 6 to 9 months, kind of rebirthing, and coming out of that thing with that last person. And again, by person, I don't want it just to be like a romantic relationship. It could be an adult child, a sister, a hairstylist, a mother, a cousin, a best friend, a boyfriend, a car guy, a husband, a coworker, a business partner, a cleaning lady, etc., etc., etc. There are different people and places and things that we have to let go of. Like, I knew, for instance, that at some point, thank you, baby, that my nail lady was not any good for me, even though she did a great job with my nails. That was wonderful. Her energy did not like my energy. Like, you can pick up on that, you know. You can just pick up on that, like, if somebody's late, you know, or, you know, doesn't care, you know, has poor communication, you know, all of those things hinder you, you know. It makes you feel less valued because they're not showing you that they value you. But anyway. All right, so you just are responsible to maintain your vibration, manifest that new, whatever it is that you're letting go of. You get to manifest all of that. Like, so for some people, it may be a whole entirely new life. Okay, like start to finish, A to Z, back from 1 to infinity. Okay, all right. Now, the validity. This is typically allowed when you are not bending the free will of any counterparts or on any contracts, meaning you have upheld all of your contracts. You've honored them all. And in the instance where the other parties did not honor them, be they a nail technician or a mama, okay, I'm gonna just leave it at that. You've always made sure to maintain the proper respect, communication, like all of the things that you're supposed to honor the contracts, right? And to end things, like, I don't know how to explain it. Well, like without confusion, without like a lack of acknowledgement of like what actually took place. That's the difference. Like, you're not the ghosting type of person either, which is important, because in some way, shape, or form, ghosting is also avoiding the conversation for some people. So you know if that's you or not. But anyway, so you're not bending the free will of another person, and they've chosen not to answer the call of their divine mission, and you just must move on, right? So complete detachment energetically, as well as in all other ways, from this person or people needs to be completed in order to receive the new manifestation, or be in the space to even start to receive the new manifestation, being groomed for that new manifestation. Because again, when it's new, there may be some tweaks and things that you like, additional things that you're getting. Like, you never know how things will change, you know. You never know, you know, you never know how things will fall into your lap, or fall into your heart, or all these different things, right? While you're on this journey. So just be open. But anyway, so complete detachment energetically. So like if you had a telepathic connection, you want to cut that off immediately. If you've been meeting up in the dream world, you'll cut that off as well. You'll cut off all communication. Like if you follow this person on social media, or they follow you, you'll want to cut those ties, you know, all those different things. If you frequent their business, anything that you can possibly do to establish the dead end of the situation is what you want to do. And this is not a cul-de-sac. We are not talking cul-de-sac. We are talking dead end. Okay? Because cul-de-sacs, yeah, that leaves room for the U-turn, and retrograde is coming up. And we want to be clear, right? That's why we give the acknowledgement to people and we don't ghost anyway. Because that's how people get to come back. I don't think people realize that. Like, you left the contract open, you dummy. So of course they're going to come back around and be like, hey, big hand. You know, with the sweet potato pie in the hand, like, come on. Anyway, so listen, you have to cut off all access completely. So retrograde occurs when something appears to change direction based on your view from the planet, right? So, and that's all we can really establish it from, unless of course we're working other areas, which is why I said cut off all other connections, right? But retrograde occurs when something appears to change direction based on your position from planet Earth. Now, like I was saying earlier, you will be able to easily acknowledge and know if you did the work because it includes an initiation. A part of that initiation is approximately 13 to 26 deaths and rebirths that were tied to specific traumas, curses, or hexes that you've overcome. So anywhere between 13 to 26 of these. So you'll be closer to the 26 if, of course, you are on that dual mission. All right. Yeah. So, and this is because you've been active in every realm and learning the true balance and organization of everything, so properly navigate most of, if not all of the dimensions. You've also practiced and know exactly how to move from manifesting to receiving without haste. So there's like no delay when you manifest things. You know, you're very good with the, some people may say you're good at goodbyes, but it's kind of like a learned lesson, if you will. You accept them versus try to fight them. Okay, anyway, apply it as needed. So if there was a business or work opportunity that you were manifesting and it involved a partner, you'll automatically receive the capabilities of that partner just by your sheer desire to complete your missions. It will come true. It will come to you with naturally and with ease. So like I was saying, if there was a counterpart, you don't have to worry about, like, okay, let's say, I'm trying to think of a business that people could easily, like a joint venture. Okay, let's say you had the capital to buy a house, and your friend had the capital, had the crew and the discounted materials or whatever to do a flip on it. And you guys were going to joint venture on that, and they were going to come in and bring all the materials and the men for the work, but you were going to buy the house, and then at the end of the day, you guys would figure out your splits and all the rest of that, right, for your joint venture. So let's say that was the scenario. If your person who had the men to do the work and fix up the house is no longer a part of your collaboration anymore, right? Because they didn't take whatever steps they needed to be ready to jump off. And this has happened to me in business before, where it's like I wanted to open a store and I needed someone to run the front of it, or I wanted to open a dry cleaners and I needed someone to run the store, you know, the dry cleaning. But anyway, so you'll automatically receive the capabilities of this partner just because of your desire to complete your mission. It will come naturally and with ease. So if you want to continue with that, you just press that information out. If you want to start something new that you feel like, oh no, well, this is my brainchild and I want to put something where just my name is on it, you know, kind of thing, you can do that as well. So I just wanted to make sure I got this out there. That was the biggest thing that had been pressing on me, other than pulling cards from this, but is the contract negotiation and or options. So I mean, I guess this is kind of went right in line with what it should have. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll catch you on the next one.